Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sidra, and you know who I'll be talking about today. None other than Sahibzada Farhan. So let's go. What an innings by Sahibzada Farhan. All around the park, ram shots, down on one knee, over the bowler's head. His innings was exactly what T20 cricket is all about. Never looked cornered for a second and was absolutely ferocious with a strike rate of over 200. Finally, his 50 came off of just 26 balls, but there was no stopping after it. And he scored the next 50 in 23 balls. And it's probably crushed and demoralized Ali Raza in the process, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Sahibzada Farhan has scored 4 T20 centuries in the year so far, and we're just 4 months into the year. And somehow he has no place in the national side, so go figure. He did have great support from his partner on the other end, Colin Munro, who has been fascinating, adding 40 runs coming off of 50-something in the opening game as well. It was great to meet him during the GT20 in Canada, where he was playing for the Toronto Nationals over the summer last year. Sahibzada Farhan's innings gives me a great opportunity to talk about strike rates and the ability to touch 200 and do so with ease in Pakistani cricketers. The other centurion in the league so far, Mohammad Rizwan, scored his first 50 off 38 balls and then took 61 deliveries to reach his 100. Babar Azam, as destructive as he is, has also only managed to reach a strike rate of 170 so far in the league. Kamran Ghulam and Abdullah Shafiq have all managed to keep their strike rates above 150, but not touch the 200 mark, which has only been achieved by overseas players such as James Vince, of course Riley Russo, David Warner, Sam Billings, to name a few. If Pakistan is to look for destructive, dominating, naturally gifted, impactful players, then the likes of Sahibzada Farhan are the kind of players you would want to invest in, give chances to, and groom for the future. It won't happen overnight, but if you have the talent, don't let it go to waste. Usman Khan was selected purely on the basis of his PSL performance, and here we have Farhan, who has consistent performance in the domestic and now in the PSL as well. It would be great to see him in the national side over the next couple of series that are going to be played in the subcontinent, and again, knowing the fact that Asia Cup and the T20 World Cup will be played in similar conditions. This would be the logical thing to do. Let's talk about Zalmi's bowlers. It was just not Ali Raza's night, was it? Those attempted Yorkers that turned into full tosses were just horrible to witness. I feel bad for him being a youngster and all, but I do appreciate Babar going to him a few times, talking to him and helping him kind of come together. It just didn't work for Ali Raza in the game. Alzari Joseph was the pick of the bowlers for Zalmi's. Muhammad Ali was all over the place, especially on a pitch like this, where you have to be absolutely accurate. Saim Ayub struggled. I thought Sufyan Muqim bowled a decent over when he was introduced just after the power play, and that was probably one of the two most economical overs of the entire innings, leaking just 3 runs. But then he did go for plenty after that. I still think he's a gem of a player, and I hope Pakistan treasures him, protects him, and takes care of him. Hussain Talat was decent and picked up both Mr. Dependable Salman Ali Agha and Azam Khan's wickets, and could have also had Ben Warsh's wicket, but Babar Azam dropped a sitter. Zalmi started with nice fielding, getting Gauss run out, then fell apart after a dominating batting performance by Farhan and Munro. Peshawar Zalmi's run chase was a reflection of all the chases in the PSL so far, with the exception of the game involving Karachi Kings, where the team chasing just can't quite get a grip. Islamabad's bowlers had Zalmi on a chokehold from the get-go. Dwarsha's picked up Babar early, who had a length ball outside off. Babar Azam just hasn't started his campaign in the PSL. In the first game, he was out on dock, and in this only managed to score 1. But there are still some who thought he deserved to stay in the national T20 side so that others can learn batting around him. Imad Wasim trapped Mitchell Owen nicely, looked plump to the naked eye. Not sure what Aleem Dar saw, but it was a good review to take and overturn the decision. Saim Ayub also couldn't make much of an impact, although he did score a 50 in the opening game. Zalmi's lost 3 wickets in the power play for just 43 runs. Mohammad Haris looked rusty initially, literally throwing everything in the kitchen sink at every delivery, but showed lots of resistance as he got to stay on the wicket and managed to keep things going, scoring 80-odd runs, but the task was just too tall to climb. 8 of Zalmi's batters failed to reach double figures and fell short under Islamabad's disciplined bowling attack. Youngster Saad Masood had a good night with a wicket in his first over and also caught Saim Ayub earlier off of Naseem Shah. Mohammad Nawaz, on the other hand, ended up with 4 catches as a substitute. Imad Wasim was the pick of the bowlers for Islamabad United, bagging 3 key wickets, including that of Mohammad Haris. But all the bowlers contributed and took wickets, which definitely speaks to an all-round performance by the United players. Captain Shadab Khan utilized his bowlers well and made clever bowling changes, like bringing in Imad Wasim in just the 3rd or the 4th over of the power play. Peshawar Zalmi so far appear to be the weakest team in the PSL, who are not clicking both in bowling and batting departments. You see one-off performances, but nothing solid or groundbreaking. At this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up at the bottom of the table, but let's see if they will bounce back in the future games. That's it for now. Show some love and like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care.